future, talk radio will actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
This takes us back in time, doesn't it?
Don't you feel like this? Where's my applause, Kurt? Come on.
Don't you get up and dance about both of yourself.
Oh my God. Our studio audience is growing and growing and growing every week. Oh, I love that song.
That's a good choice. I'm
Don't
glad
you
you
just
picked
feel
that
like
one.
so hot just
It
hearing
just makes
that?
you feel sexy.
Makes you want to groove and feel
Yeah.
sexy for the whole hour. All right, everybody. Thank you for
We
being here
think we are.
today. We may be the only ones who
Right.
think
No
so.
one thinks so, but we think so.
But
That's
I'm
all that
thinking
matters.
so. Anyway, thank you to What's Up with Kobylt and Hayes. Another fun show we've got
Yes,
going on. We
super
have these
excited.
great guests that are in studio today, and I'm so excited about it. And you look amazing. I love
What?
your hair.
Really?
What did you do?
Thank you. I don't think I did anything. Isn't that nice?
It
when
looks
someone compliments
so,
you.
It looks so on point.
I think it's getting longer, maybe.
No, but that whole cut, that whole thing. I keep banging
She's
into
so
this,
good.
Kurt.
She's
What's
always
going on with
complimenting me. I love that.
this? 'Cause
That's
I'm
a
looking
good
for some
thing.
compliments in return.
Well, you always look good. I can't compete with you.
Keep going.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Deborah,
she
you do look
posted.
good. You
She
do look good.
posted it. What was it? Instagram or Facebook? A picture of her the other day, and I called her skinny bitch. She looks so fantastic. What are you doing? Are you losing weight by the minute?
No,
Not that you need
if
to.
anything, I'm actually putting it on because
Well, you're hiding it.
I don't know if one more person comes to my house for the holidays with baklava and chocolate chip cookies that they didn't use at their party, so they bring them to mine,
Yeah.
and then I mean this is what happens.
But
And
you
then
have boys. They
No,
like
they
that.
don't need it.
They
I
don't?
eat it. No,
Aw.
it's like it sits in the pantry, and then I walk by, and it's speaking to me. So I walk in, and I have some, and it's been an issue. So I'm kind of hiding it with what I'm wearing. But
I don't know. I think you look
Thank
better than
you.
you've ever looked.
Really?
Yeah, and I've known you a while, right?
you.
We go
Okay.
way back.
All right, let's
So
post
this
some
takes-
pictures. So these pictures that you're talking
Yeah,
about,
this is her.
are from the Golden,
Golden
Globes,
Globes.
gift suite.
So tell us how you managed to get in there.
Because
I know you're special. We know that.
Yeah, there you go. Okay,
Deborah, you
she's
went to
just-
the Globes.
I actually attended some parties at the Globes, so it was
Okay.
really
You know what
pretty.
I say? It's who you know and who you blow. You must be blowing. in the
Oh,
direction.
we're getting right to it.
No, but I did not. But that's actually a wise idea. I'm going to keep that in mind for next time.
Well, I don't think you need to.
I was
That's so
invited
cute.
to the gift suites, which was really fun. And what they do is they give outrageous
swag.
gifts.
The swag, right?
To,
All of it.
yeah, they give gifts to the presenters. They give gifts to the nominees.
So do they actually come through those gift suites? They don't show up for them.
Well,
do they?
here's what I learned. Yes, they do.
Oh.
And there are different levels of gift suites. There's the ones that get the super expensive stuff and the trips to God knows where. And then there's the other ones, which are lovely.
Yeah.
That I was invited to. People with their hand products and with some jewelry and sunglasses. There I am with all those bags of goodies. That I left there just overwhelmed with
Did
so
you get
many.
to? You got all this stuff to take?
I did, and
We
it
should have
was
brought
really
some in
neat, and I'm
spread
actually
the
gonna-
spread the goods.
I know, and I'm going to actually bring them next week because
Okay.
I had a couple things for you that I got.
Ah, that's sweet.
But it was really a lot of fun. Show the one with the sunglasses, which I think is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, that's
that
cute.
one.
Are these guys all vendors there? I mean,
They were
have other stuff?
vendors.
It's cute.
And I felt like they were my bodyguards. So I love that picture.
I do like that. That does look good.
I love that. I just felt like walking out of there with them.
There
and
she is. Are you
and-
showing the next one of her in that cute little black ensemble?
Well, we showed up in the
Beautiful
same
dress.
I mean,
Oh,
my
that's
girlfriend and I.
funny.
That was a complete coincidence. But I thought I looked good in it, so I
Yeah, you
decided
do.
to post it.
I've seen it everywhere now. Pretty soon it'll be on the cover of Newsweek, that picture.
Well, I think, and it should be. Don't you think so?
I think you should move over all the A-listers. Put Deborah there. That's a darling picture.
Well,
I
a
just
friend of
love
mine
it.
who knows me says, you don't look that good in person. I said, because I know how to pose. Like, you have to shove one
Who
hip.
says that, and why are they your friend?
Bitchy friends. So you have to shove like one hip over, one hip in the front.
I think I need
the
some
arm
lessons.
in the back, and then there you go. You've like instantly lost like
I
10
need some
pounds.
lessons on that. I'm not good at posing.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna get like a
You're too
stylist
short.
in here, one of those
Yeah,
like
yeah.
model pose people who can like show
Help
you
you
what
with
to
the
do.
paparazzi. That's what I
Yeah,
need. Since
this
I'm
is-
followed everywhere I go.
Exactly. But show the one with the necklace. That was really cool.
What
Yeah,
fun.
she was so lovely, and she gave
Oh,
me
yeah,
that.
she looked
That's
cute.
Nadri, and she gave me this beautiful necklace of the map of California.
Aw.
So I felt very special walking out of there with my bags and bags of gifts. But then, you know, I also felt a little guilty because none of us need anything, and I just want to be able to give it to somebody who needs it.
Yeah,
like
but
maybe a woman's shelter and go and give some of the
100% you should.
the hand creams, which are lovely.
That would be
And
a
then-
nice gesture.
Yeah, because I almost felt like it was an embarrassment of riches, but people are there for a reason, and they have a business, and they want to
That's how
their own things.
they have
That's
to
why-
pay to be there. I mean, I've
Exactly.
been approached actually in my other life when I had a retail. They approached me to do it.
Exactly. So
And
it's a
it's
business,
expensive.
and I'm gonna bring them in next week. Actually.
Oh,
and just
good,
sort
yeah.
of have them out.
I think that'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Did you watch the Golden Globes, or were you too busy partying?
I was at a party there watching
Yeah.
the Globes, which was really fun.
What did you think of the Globes? 1 out of 10. You like?
I'm sick of his routine, and I think do we
I
have
think
a
it
little
put
something out
people-
of him, or like when he was talking about shoving the globe, where? I thought
He made everyone not at ease, I thought, in the audience, and it came across stiff to me when usually the Golden Globes are fun, everyone's laughing. It was kind of like they were afraid he was going to say something.
yeah, like nobody knew who was going to be attacked next.
Yeah.
and I don't really care.
Don't you think
I'm
it felt
kinda
kind of like everyone was frozen, like they didn't want to
Yeah,
get
and
attention
he
to
was
themselves?
trying so hard
Yeah.
because he had to always one up himself. You
Right.
know what I mean?
I do think he's funny. I just think in that platform, it's a little much.
Yeah, and I thought these women looked amazing, right? I mean,
Oh,
how
yeah.
did they stay that? And then we have a doctor here, Dr. Sheila Hughes. In fact, is she on camera? Because we can talk about
Hi,
staying
Sheila.
thin.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's say what Sheila does because we're
You can introduce her.
weight management
We're talking
and
about
wellness.
looking great, being
Yeah.
thin, being well in your body and mind. And how the hell do these actresses stay this thin? I mean, it's unbearably impossible.
I think they have some surgery.
I don't know.
Well, they may.
Yeah, I mean,
But
who would? I would.
We don't really know exactly what's
Yeah.
going on.
But you got to work hard. I mean,
But
it's one thing
sure
to have
you do.
surgery, and then
Absolutely,
these
but in
people
order
are
to
this
keep
big.
it, but don't forget, you know what? They have folks who are cooking for them. They
Yeah,
have
if I had
chefs.
that, I'd weigh 95 pounds.
No, I wouldn't, and I'll tell you why. Because I would eat like everybody else's portion. I am just an eater, and I don't know. This is just what I do. And I'll bet you when they walk by the pantry, like those cookies aren't speaking to them, or are they throwing them out? I mean, what's their thing?
But you know what? But for what they do, they have to be thin. I mean,
So
that's
That's
yeah,
part of their business.
that
That's
is.
their, right?
Because if they aren't, they don't work.
Right,
You know,
right.
so they may have an additional incentive plus, other things.
Well, they have trainers and
Have
people
trainers,
that work
they
with
have
them, right?
chefs. And don't forget, probably some of them probably see people like me, other folks, but no one knows about it.
What, Sheila? That's a perfect segue into exactly what you do.
She's one of these people on the down low who sees people, but she can't really talk about it.
Oh, she's got some
one of
heavy
those.
hitters. You got some heavy hitter clients.
she
you
really
can't
does.
share one.
No.
Oh, darn it!
Well,
I like to know the
yeah.
who's
yeah.
what, who's doing what. I want to know the
I
secrets.
know.
All right,
She
so you
can't
don't
do
have
that,
to
or
give.
they won't go to her
Right,
anymore.
right. I get
That's
that.
right.
You don't have to give names, but you work with them. What do you do exactly? Let somebody come to you.
somebody comes to you.
Uh-huh.
Like, what do you do? Somebody needs to lose 40
Here I
pounds,
am.
50
Help
pounds.
me out.
Yeah. Well, look, let me tell you, most of the people who come to me actually have been there, done that.
Yeah.
They have tried all kinds of
Weight
other
Watchers
things. Weight
and
Watchers,
everything.
Nutrisystem,
Yeah.
Jenny Craig, all these other things. So most people know what to eat.
Right.
But what I do, I do present a meal plan, which I tailor for them. But the other big thing then that I do is to teach people why they're eating when they're not hungry. Let's face it.
So there's a reason. It's a mental thing, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
Is
most
it?
of us didn't eat, yeah,
It's
it
just
is.
fun. I'm sorry. I mean,
Well,
I grew
food
up.
is fun.
I mean, I'm telling you, I grew up with food 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
It was presented all the time. Times of sadness, times of joy.
That's right.
Times of just sitting there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And in my family, absolutely the same thing. If things were great, yay, we ate. If things were terrible,
We
I'm sorry, let's
Right,
eat.
right.
Right? And so it's the same thing. But we're eating for comfort. We either eat for, because we have anxiety or we're anxious or we're angry or lonely or tired or bored or whatever the heck then that it is.
Yeah.
Food is a great friend. Doesn't talk back because there when you need it. Right?
But I get pissed off at it all the time because right after I'm done with it, I'm like, honestly, I had this big, gorgeous box of baklava. If anybody knows what that is,
Yeah.
it's beautiful, very heavy in calorie,
Right.
Greek desserts.
Rich, very rich.
Very
right?
rich. And
Gooey.
I finished half of a box in just a couple of days. And last night I walked by and I was so angry at it. It was not my friend. I got in, I took it out of the box, I threw it in the trash so that I wouldn't go back in and grab it, and it became my enemy. I was so angry.
But you know what? When you first ate it, it wasn't your enemy. It's probably more like your friend.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That's
So,
right. See?
so you get into someone's mind and help them figure out why are you eating when you're not really hungry,
Right. Yeah.
and then you probably so it's sort of like psychiatry work a little bit.
Well, I
Or
wouldn't
not
call
that deep.
myself a psychiatrist. There's a little maybe human behavior stuff going on.
So
there,
what would
but
you
not-
ask someone? Let's say someone's listening right now and they want to get to the heart of why they eat when they probably shouldn't be. What questions would they ask themselves?
The first thing that people need to do is identify then what's going on. It's not the meal; it's what you're eating in between the meal.
Yeah, that's
then
my
for
problem.
most folks, right?
I like to
But
snack.
how do you, even if you know,
Yeah.
how do you stop it when you know, right? I mean, some people can't, even if you're saying this is why I'm doing it, but you do it anyway. Like, what do you say to those people?
Well, I don't agree that people can. I think we can, but your commitment and your determination have got to be great enough. You know what I mean? In order to actually really, truly make that kind of change.
Right.
And so when you have that and you have a really strong reason why that you're emotionally tied to, it makes it easier.
I
didn't say
to you.
easy. I said easier.
Right. When you know the reason.
When we spoke, you said something that I found interesting. She said, you need to reframe how you look at things. And I
Right.
found that to be very valuable. And I've used that phrase in my own life. Reframe it. So maybe if you want it, maybe look at something a different way, just put a different frame around it. And I thought that visually.
Can I
it's
have an
almost like
example
you
of that?
Yeah, like you spoke visually to me, so I could see it visually. So does that help people?
Well, it can. I still think you have to get down to that root in terms of what's going on. All right, so say you have cravings and you're hungry. You need to ask yourself, okay, what's going on? What am I feeling?
That's
You
a
know?
good because it's really a feeling connection.
It is.
I
it
like
is.
that.
Because we're not talking about physical
Right.
hunger. It's head hunger. It's emotional hunger. That's really what it is.
That makes sense.
So you ask yourself, I'm feeling, what am I feeling? I'm thinking, what am I thinking?
Oh.
And then once you identify it, give it a name, call it out. What the heck is it?
Right.
And then once you know, is this something I can do something about?
Okay.
If it is, then great. Okay, what can I do about it? Now, this is where a lot of people kind of get stuck. It's like, oh gosh, well now I've got to decide what is it then that's going on and what is the step to it. But your brain does not care about that. All it cares is whether you make a decision or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you just make a committed decision one way or the other. If this is something I can do something about, okay, yes or no. If the answer is yes, A, B, and C, what are the possible choices? Pick one. It
Okay.
really doesn't matter which
But
one
that's very
you pick.
logical. Sometimes it's
That's
illogical.
interesting, isn't it?
But sometimes it's very illogical when
It's
you go
a
and
journey,
grab.
though. It's a journey, and you have to, just like anything else, you have to learn it.
Yeah.
You learn to hit
Probably
the
gets
pause
easier with
button.
time, too.
And it does. Just like everything you
Right.
do,
Okay,
it
I
gets
like that.
easier with time.
Hit the pause button.
Right.
I like that because
Right.
I know for me sometimes I have to hit the pause button or I'll just keep going.
Right,
And
yeah.
just stop.
And connecting to yourself, like in that moment.
That's right. So between the impulse
Yeah.
and then the reaction,
Okay.
right?
You got to stop and pause.
That's
and
right. That's the pause.
Get in touch with
Right
yourself.
there.
Okay.
That's when you ask yourself that question.
Do you need the baklava? That's
Do
what
I
you do.
really need the baklava? Or in my case, do I really need the nuts or the peanut butter?
So you get in touch with what your mind is saying. Hopefully, you get in touch with your emotions from that level. Like in other words, do I want these M&Ms? Okay. Well, what do I really want?
Or
so
why
then-
do I feel like I need it?
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
don't forget, because we're using food for comfort, to lower anxiety, to if we feel depressed.
Yeah.
And we have used food, all of us. I mean, basically, just think about it. So you have children, right, Deborah? So when your sons were babies, when they cried, when they were just born, what's the first thing you did?
I shoved the bottle in their mouth.
That's
You
right.
don't even want to know.
Well-
My first kid got so fat. It's true. I didn't know what to do with
But they're
him.
not fat
Right.
now. They're not fat
No,
now.
they're so thin. I
I
didn't
know,
know what
it's
to do with him. He was crying
Right.
and he had colic. And I'm like, what's wrong with him? So I get the
That's-
bottle and shove it in. It's a
that's right.
miracle that he's not an overeater. He's actually my thinnest kid. So yeah,
But that's
that
the
was my
point.
answer, food.
Yes, but that's everybody's answer, right?
Yeah.
And so some of us learn that lesson a little bit better than others. I learned it really well. So
You?
yeah, Well, listen, I used to weigh over 200.
What?
Yeah.
Well, you are so people can't see you all together.
She's
up for, you're
gorgeous and
cutest
sexy.
thing of all.
Wait a minute. Weren't you up for a Miss something at one time?
Oh, well.
Come on. What was it?
No. See, my daughter was doing pageants, and so then she kind of encouraged me also then to
do them too?
Yeah, to do them. So I did my first pageant when I was 55.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Look at this
That's
girl.
impressive. Did you win?
No, I didn't win.
So
I came in third, but
That's winning.
I was.
That
Hello?
is winning. Come on, that's
for
winning.
me.
The
yes,
fact that
it
you
was.
entered the pageant is winning because in your
Yeah.
mind, like, why not?
Could you
I
imagine
love that.
Absolutely.
over 55 and in a pageant? What was the name of the pageant?
Yeah, that one was a Mrs. Globe, and I did a Mrs. Globe and also a Mrs. America. No, Mrs. California America.
Wow,
Oh
good
my
for you.
God.
Yeah.
And what did you come in for Mrs. California America?
Third in both of those.
That's
yeah.
big.
Yeah.
That's winning. That's up there at the end.
I would never.
I'm impressed.
Did you ever like prance around in a bikini or something? Or
Oh
Did you have to
my
learn how to walk the
God.
stage?
Well, yeah. I mean, I had to learn how to, number one, to walk in like those 4 and 5 inch heels.
okay,
Oh,
right,
right.
right there, out. I couldn't do it. I'd fall.
Well,
Yeah.
my daughter taught me how to walk in heels. And then with the bathing suit thing, well, they insisted then that they be 2 pieces instead of 1 because I really wanted to wear a 1 piece. But
Are
they
you
insisted
kidding
to-
me? They're
Oh,
putting
my
people over
God.
55 in 2 pieces.
That
is insulting.
It is, right? That's what I thought.
Well, you
I
must
mean,
have looked pretty
you know,
damn good.
I mean,
well, you know
to come in
what?
third.
Okay, let me just say,
Most
I
of
could
us
rock
have
it.
children, and so but judges, I guess they get to ignore the little stretch marks and everything else.
That's just making people go get plastic surgery. That's insulting. I'm sorry. Could you imagine? Now, I would look fine in it, but I'm just
Right,
saying,
naturally.
most people, yeah.
I would
Right.
not touch that with the 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
That
But,
walking in a bikini.
But in terms of just wearing a swimming
What a
suit,
journey.
I mean, I had never, because I don't really swim.
Right.
So I had never really worn a bathing suit then outside of the dressing room.
right.
I
I haven't either.
Yeah,
Lately.
for me, that was a big deal.
At least without a little wrap around
But that's sort of
you,
freeing.
Or me.
I mean, you
Or you mean like a T-shirt?
No, like, what do they call them? A sarong? What do you call them?
sarong.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
wrong. Well, yeah. For the Mrs. Actually, for Mrs. California America, then you did wear a 1 piece and you wore a sarong. But for the Mrs.
Yeah.
Globe, no.
So let's back up. So you stated, I'm not saying this, you said it already, you were at one time 200 pounds. Mm-hmm. And then you obviously practice you teach your clients, which is the mind issue with weight. Mm-hmm. So how old, I mean, I don't know if you want to share that much, but what was the trigger for you to change? I mean, that's important.
That's the money question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, and this is what I tell people, I had this really unhealthy relationship with peanut butter.
I
And a
love it.
man.
Okay, they went tandem.
And,
They were
and
hand in
man.
hand.
And a man, yes,
Oh,
yes. And
give
then-
it. Oh, this is the time to
But those are
let
the
it
only
all out.
details. Those are the only details we're getting on that one.
Okay.
man.
But ended both of those things. And then after that, then I was really able to get control. It didn't happen overnight. It took me a couple years.
May I? What did you dump first, the man or the peanut butter?
Oh, I'm not saying which one went first.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but more than likely it was the living, breathing part then that went first, prior to the inanimate object that you ate.
Wow. So that's a major
I don't
want
want
to
to go there. The
accomplish.
inanimate object you ate? Okay. All right. I'm just saying. Natalie, are you
talking
okay over
food.
there, dear? Oh, yeah. You're just listening. She's our other guest, Natalie Tomlinson, listening in a way. I think
Yeah.
taking notes on
Maybe
all
she
this,
should
actually.
come in and join us.
And she's a psychic medium. So
She's taking notes. I want to hear what she's saying.
Actually, I wasn't actually taking notes as such.
Oh.
I was writing up things that I'm picking up from all of you while you're all talking.
Oh, fun.
Things
no.
that are actually coming up. for you
Woo.
all.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was very interesting what you're saying about.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about food and everything. I think it's also sensible eating.
Yes.
And colour.
Yes.
Lovely colour. I think people, because
Yeah.
of their fast lives these days, they just sort of tend to pick up things and they don't sit and prepare a healthy meal. It's time, I think.
I think
I
you're
think
right.
we're going to
It
go to
is.
a
It's
two-shot
time.
right now, though. Can we go to a two-shot on them?
Yeah.
So, they can sort of talk back and forth. Real quick introduction. Natalie Tomlinson, psychic medium. She's here to sort of chime in on all this. But the good doctor, I wanted to talk about her story a little bit first. So,
Yes, yeah, please go.
So, yeah, just to get all those other, people who are just overeating. Just
Yeah, after
Yeah.
the holidays, we're all feeling it, right?
Oh,
100%.
Everybody.
yeah, I think it's very difficult. And this year I promised myself I wouldn't do it. And with every goodie that came in, it went right here. And I thought, damn. And I even thought about certain things to do. And yeah, it still went in here until I threw it in the trash last night. So you should be proud of me. That's what I did. In the trash it went. And
that's
even,
a good thing
I
to do.
even put the trash outside. I mean, I am so bad that
You
if
would
I-
go through the trash?
But there are some people who do that. So I mean, not just go through the trash, but it's there as a reminder.
Right.
Right. And so, but if you completely get rid of it, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I suggest for people, if they're going to start a meal plan, those things then that really are not good for you to eat,
Yeah.
get rid of it.
Right.
Take it out of your pantry, or at least if you have other people in your household who need to eat it, put it out of direct sight. So put it up higher, or put it down lower, put it someplace else in a cupboard or pantry then that you don't normally use. So it's not right there. So every time
To
you
remind
open
you,
it,
right.
But certain
That's a
foods
good idea.
also have an addictive quality. I don't know if
That's
you
right.
have that situation, but if certain foods are around me, they will just be consumed.
Yes.
So sometimes maybe what to do is replace it with something else that you really like. Like I like those little cuties, and
The
because
oranges.
they're sweet. So maybe
Like
I'll replace
candy.
it with a few of them, not just one where I feel deprived, but a few of them because at least I get that little sweet thing going.
right?
You know?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? When you actually have a dinner, do you get a sweet tooth later? I mean, do you all feel like
I
that?
do. I definitely do.
I do remember a nutritionist told me years ago, because I honestly I could eat a big piece of cake afterwards. I
Yeah.
crave sugar, and she always said to me, have like Greek natural yogurt with a little honey,
Oh,
just
yum.
to take the edge off. And believe it or not, I think that you don't feel
Right.
that craving.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably
but I
good.
think it's something then that's learned.
yeah.
I
In
think
terms
so.
of not to want it or to crave it or to eat it. And also I think probably lots of times then if you feel like you have to have it, then maybe you're one of those folks who gets to have a little bit.
Yeah, just to fulfill that craving.
Well, that's another
Right.
good point because some time back I went to Weight Watchers. We're talking years ago. And you know how you have to count those points? And
Right,
by
yeah.
like 11 o'clock in the morning, I was done. And all I had left were like those little teeny like tomatoes that you could eat for free. And I'm thinking, so for the rest of the day and night, all I get are a bunch of free tomatoes. I was so irritated that I was like out of there. After going a couple times and constantly talking about people's food.
It
I was
always makes me hungry when I have to think about it all day.
I know. And half the time they put them like right next to an In-N-Out or a Subway. I mean, I don't know why they do that. Did you ever
Smell the
notice
grease
that?
while you have a meeting.
It's never in like
Right.
some warehouse area.
Yeah, you're right
it's
about
always
that. It's always
someplace
near some fast food.
I swear, it's true. So you also have to know it works, right? Like that didn't work for me.
Right.
You've lost weight though, Deborah. You look good.
I'm about the same
No,
as
you
I've been.
figure your stomach looks flat in your legs. Last time I saw you.
Oh my.
That's
Thank
only a
you.
few months. So over Christmas, you usually put weight on.
Oh, keep going.
No, it's the truth. Last time I saw you, you looked a little bit more rounder. This time you look slimmer.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Unless you're wearing Spanx or something.
No, I don't like those. I don't know how people wear those things.
I feel suffocated. in
I
them.
do too. I feel like, ugh.
I
I've
couldn't
never
wear them
worn
every
I
day.
don't like them. But thank you
Yeah.
for the compliment.
No,
Thank
you
you
look,
very
you're rocking
much.
it, girl. I'm telling you.
Thank
Saw
you.
when you walked in.
All right.
Excellent.
So okay, stop, take pause, right?
Right.
I mean, really, it sounds so dumb, but
Get
it's
in touch with your
true.
feelings.
You do. You really, I mean, that's just a big part of it.
Yeah.
And then no. And once you've kind of done that and make a decision, look, so this is kind of sort of an example. And I use this with a lot of patients. So say you go to a restaurant and then they've got an amazing, yummy dessert. One of those chocolate molten lava things.
Oh, yeah, I
right?
love those.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Hey.
You read my mind.
Yeah, I like them too.
Yeah.
So you're trying to decide what to do. Should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? Should I
Do
eat it? Should I not? Okay. So then what do you feel when you're going back and forth, trying to decide, should I, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
What do you feel?
Oh,
What's the feeling you have?
you have to ask yourself that in that moment.
Confusion.
No, I'm
Oh.
confusion. Yes. but what
Guilty
else?
before I even eat it.
No, you're not guilty before you
Pissed
eat it.
off.
Pissed off, but you
I
know
am.
what it is? It's tension. You're trying to make that decision whether I should or whether I shouldn't, whether I should or whether I shouldn't, right? And so there's tension. You feel tension. All right, so finally you decide, well, what the heck? I'm going to eat it. And you tell your waiter, bring it to me, and he runs off, okay? So
That's when you get up and pay the check and get out of there.
well, maybe you should, but so then what happened to the tension?
You.
Went away?
That's right. It went away. Have you eaten it yet?
I guess not.
It's
No.
not there
Unless
yet.
you took somebody else's food. Look at us. We're like,
we're like,
is this a trick question?
No, it's not. But you're absolutely right. The tension went away.
Okay.
Okay,
so,
wait.
So why'd
right.
it go? So why'd it go away?
Mind.
Because
You haven't eaten it yet.
Because you made the decision.
That's right. You made a
Oh, see how
committed
she's good.
decision. And that's the only thing that's changed. You changed your mind. You change your mind, right? Then you're able to actually change what goes on around you. You change how you feel. You change what's going on. So that's the only thing that was different, was just that one thing.
See how that's a visual thing. Next time I'm struggling, and I was at dinner with some friends last night. My issue was not at the end. Mine was in the beginning when they bring that fabulous bread and it was warm and hot.
I love bread.
Right.
I just wanted to die, and I did go for it. I was the first one to go for it and the first one to finish it. That's tough because it's there right off the top in the
Right.
beginning.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
decision was made for me.
No, you can make your decision prior to getting there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
in a case like
Plan
that.
ahead
You
mentally.
maybe
In a
move
case-
the bread over to somebody else.
That's
or,
right. You could move it over, but you decide ahead. If you have an event or dinner or something like that, you decide ahead of time how you're going to handle it. I'm going to either have this or I'm not going to have
But back
this.
to the tension concept. It's
Yeah.
interesting because sometimes people make decisions and then they're second guessing those, but maybe not with food because once you say yes or no, you kind of moved on, is what you're saying. You don't have the tension, so it's still going to show up though.
Yeah, it will. But in that
The
example,
dessert will arrive, and
Yeah.
then what do you do?
yeah. See, in that example, though, I mean, it's a committed decision.
Yeah, okay.
It's not something where you said, "Okay, I'm done, I'm finished."
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah, okay. You get that?
So yeah, I do.
I sorta do,
and I'm
yeah.
really taking pause right now because the most important thing, she's right, is just stop. If you just keep going at
Right.
50 or 100 miles an hour, you're just going to keep going and grabbing. And
Right. Most
Yeah.
of the time, if you give yourself like 20 minutes, the craving, the head hunger, it will pass, especially if you gauge your brain in something else. If you're at a dinner party, you can engage it in conversation. What's going on with the person sitting next to you? What's happening to the person who's sitting across the table?
Yeah, those are
And so often we make it
Good
about
tips.
the food instead of about the environment, about the people then who were there.
right. Right, because if you have
See-
anxiety, you might eat because you're afraid to go up to somebody or something like that.
that's a good point, too.
Yes,
Like drink too much.
exactly. It's the
I'm
same
not
thing.
saying anything.
Yeah, so
I do
you'll
like
grab-
my wine,
You'll grab the drink, I'll
I
grab
will.
the bread.
Right.
and I'll have that drink and love every sip.
Yeah, but it helps to lower your anxiety. It
Yeah.
can make you feel more comfortable in
Yeah.
a situation. Again, food is that friend. Goes back to then that baby. Then when you stuck the bottle in its mouth, or you nursed it. Comfort. That's when you learned it. Was back then,
Yeah.
right? And so we just continue and continue and continue then with that same thing.
Cycle.
We're not aware of it,
Right. Subconscious, really.
right? It is subconscious.
So you're bringing it to the forefront of your mind.
That's right.
That's smart.
So you really want to make some changes. Those are the little steps that become, I think, the big differences, really. The
They
little
are.
tiny steps.
It's the little things then that you do on a regular daily basis. Lots of times for a lot of people, then for some of my patients, then, after talking to them and trying to find out where they are, what's good, what's not good for them, then for some of them, I can't start them with a big change in their meal plan because they can't handle that.
Right.
So for them, then it's just little small
Baby steps.
changes, baby
Yeah,
steps.
yeah.
That's right. But over the
Perfect.
course of time,
right.
those become ingrained, and then we add something else. That becomes ingrained, and then you go something else. So before you know it, then they're doing, the complete meal plan. Everything takes time. It is a journey.
I mean, I've read your success rate is pretty high. I mean, you work with people from here.
Yes.
And because of that, once you get into their heads, you're able to really work with their bodies.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, any stories you could just briefly tell us about someone who was just enormous and didn't think they could do it? And
Oh my goodness, I have lots of
yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
all their clients, right?
Well,
'Cause
yeah,
you're
a lot
successful.
of them. I have a lot of them. I mean, I have one patient who lives in Massachusetts who I'm working with, and so I've been working with her just over a year, but so far, then she has lost about 92 pounds.
So
Wow.
what do you do? Skype with her? Because you're out of Los Angeles. So
Right.
somebody wants to go to you and they want to consult with you. They want to be a patient. obviously here in Los Angeles they could find you, but you also do work with people by Skyping.
Yeah,
And
I
And
do.
do you
Over
talk
the
to
phone.
someone? Do you have like weekly talks, or
Yes.
how does that work?
Yes.
Okay.
So for all my patients, they come in and they see me weekly.
Okay.
And so we will handle what's either going on in their environment in terms of food, but lots of times, food is the last
Attached to other
thing.
things, yeah.
Yeah, it's the last thing that we may even talk about. So
Ah.
sometimes it's not about food, but honestly, it's all about food.
so you're like an
Right?
investigator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
But for patients then that I have then who live elsewhere,
Mm-hmm.
then yes, everything is handled over the phone or by Skype.
That's great.
We should be going over there.
I
mean,
know.
I need to recalibrate the way I'm thinking. I really do.
Why do you get Sheila to come to your house and go through your pantry?
Yeah,
My
that's
pantry doesn't look that bad, actually.
Yeah, but give it a
doesn't.
whirl. Just let her have a investigate and get you
Yeah.
into
There's
a nice
probably all these secret things with sugar that we don't. I remember,
Well,
that you
sugar
don't know
is
you
a
have.
good thing, and that's the other thing. I mean,
Yeah.
don't forget, we're
That's why I
dealing with
like it.
emotional stuff, but we're
Yeah.
also dealing with the biology, the
Mm-hmm.
biochemistry of it. So sugar and carbs and things like that, what do? They will raise your feel-good hormones in your brain.
Yeah.
Your serotonin and your dopamine. So that's the reason why we do it, because it does feel good. Problem is, it doesn't last very long.
And then you go down.
That's right. Then you go down, and then oh gosh, you need to eat it again in order to get that,
Right.
to get that high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough.
So,
Tough to break sugar.
Natalie, you're sitting here listening to all this.
It's very interesting, actually. I'm really
and you're-
enjoying this. This
Yeah,
is-
and you're taking notes. And what are you?
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are you seeing, hearing, whatever? I mean, as a psychic medium.
I think this lady is an education. She's very, very interesting. I also think she can help a lot of people if they listen. They have to listen to this lady. Because it's all very well saying it. You've got to follow through
Yeah.
with everything. Because it's very simple. What she's saying is actually very simple. It's mind over matter, the whole thing. And she's educating them to stick to a plan, basically, and to healthy eat. And it's very, very good. I would highly recommend this lady. She's very good at what she does.
Oh, thank you.
And she's had a lot of experience, though, to get to this point.
Well, if she's been over 200 pounds eating a lot of
Yeah,
peanut
yeah.
butter, and now look at her, and then she was
Firsthand,
like a
but she looks
Mrs.
good.
something.
But you know what?
She looks great.
Amazing and nice skin. It's all
I
about
know.
your skin, healthy eating. It all comes out into your skin. Lots
Yeah.
of water is the key. I
Yeah,
think.
it is. It
That-
is.
That's
That is part of it, yeah.
This isn't the best water in the world. This Pure Life. It's not a very good water. But if you eat smart water, a lot of electrolytes as well, because when you get thirsty, you're already past dehydration.
That's
aren't you?
correct, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm all about water and fresh air. That's my thing, and lots of
Yeah.
good food. But wine, I love wine.
I love it too.
Even if it's just a
Can't
glass,
help
though, I
it.
love. I have a glass of wine.
I'm
every
Italian.
day.
I like
But you know
wine.
what? There's nothing wrong having some
Right.
wine.
Right.
Moderation.
Moderation.
It is. It's
Yeah.
moderation. And it's why are you drinking it? Are you drinking it purely because you love the smell, the taste,
Yep.
all those things, or
You're making me want some right now.
or are you drinking it because of how it makes you feel?
Right. You have to ask
Yeah.
yourself
See,
that.
that's
I
so
guess,
interesting.
before you.
I do not like the taste of alcohol. You know that very
Yeah, she
much.
doesn't.
And everyone's always trying to give me a drink, and I'll sit with it for the evening. It doesn't matter if it's wine, it could be beer, because it's something about the taste of it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice if baklava and all those lovely things,
Do you-
ravioli?
Do you have like a very sweet tooth? Then?
Not really. It's more of a carby thing. I love the pastas
Do you like
and the
crisps, potato chip type of
No,
stuff?
not really. It's more like
Stodge.
breads
Pasta.
and pastas.
That's
and
my
I need
thing.
to almost stay completely clear of it, because a little bit it's like my heroin. I will just keep going back for it. So
Well, it's better that than drugs, isn't it? You can't. Everybody's got something, I think.
Right.
Everybody might like a sweet tooth, or they have a craving for something. I like potato chips with wine.
oh
Not
my,
all the
what a
time.
combination.
I know, that's
I love it.
interesting, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a good combination.
Like
Salt,
here in
sweet.
America, they do cheese and crackers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do that more at the end of the evening.
Yeah, with the dessert, right?
Yeah, you don't
Cheese
have to.
at
You might have
night?
some.
Yeah. I think
yeah.
that's a great dessert. Cheese and an apple. I
Yeah,
love that.
Like here they do. You go to someone's house, they've got loads of cheese and crackers and goodies. We do that at the end of the evening, so you'll have some grapes and some fruit and a few cheese and maybe a glass of port or something.
Yeah.
It's a totally different way of life.
And you're talking in England now, right?
Yes, in
This is what
England.
you do. That's so lovely.
No, but it's just a different way here. It's like I came here very, very slim 16 years ago, and I gained so much weight, and I got boobs. I never had any boobs when I arrived here, and it was just because I put weight on. Everywhere I was going, I was having apple pie and brownies and all cheese and crackers, and I want to have this, and I want, no, you're okay. And then they'd wallop a load of ice cream on top of it,
Right?
You know, vanilla bean. I'm like, oh no, no, honestly, no. They'd whack it all on.
Well, our sizes are super sizes.
They are,
And
but you
it's
know what? And that's
ridiculous.
the interesting thing. If you
Yeah.
look
Moderation.
over the size
Yeah.
of the portion size, just
Yeah.
over the last 20 to 30 years here in the U.S., think about it. I mean, if you remember the size of the original hamburger.
Isn't it supposed to be the palm of your hand?
Yeah, but the original hamburger, even McDonald's, remember the
small.
original they were probably very,
Yeah.
very small. Maybe like,
Right.
you know, and now if you look at it, it
Double.
is, yes, and almost everything. So even in restaurants and things, the portion sizes.
Yeah.
Look, here's the other thing. Carbohydrates and things like that cost less. And so a lot of people will eat them because of
Yes.
that. And in restaurants, if you look at the portion sizes very frequently, it's the
More carbs.
carbohydrate that's the largest because it costs less
Yeah.
for them to
Right.
purchase.
Produce- overwhelms the
produce
plate.
is
More
expensive.
More profit
That's
margin.
right. Yes,
More profit.
absolutely. So there are a lot
Wow.
of things really
Yeah.
that work into it. But a lot of my patients, when they go overseas, you know, depending on where they're going, but I really don't worry so much about them
Right.
because they do far better. Number
Probably
one,
walking more too. when
Yeah,
you're
there's
over
so much more.
Well, you do in Europe and England.
Yes.
Everybody walks
everybody.
more than the United States. We just don't, unless you're in New York City.
Well, yeah, that's right.
you don't really walk that much.
You
Yeah.
walk about
LA,
3 miles
I never
in
walk.
London before you get to a job. So you walk to
Really?
the station or you'll drive and then you'll walk and then you get the train and then you get the underground subway.
Yeah, LA is very different. Being from
That's
the
right.
East Coast, there's
Yeah.
no doubt about it. You walk everywhere.
That's right. Yeah.
But all these little things really do matter. You know, somebody once said to me, even something as simple as a garage door opener. You know, it used to be that you'd get out of your car and open your garage,
Right.
and now like everything,
Everything's
there's a button,
instant.
even if it's your
That's
television.
Drive through Starbucks.
Yeah, you
Hello?
don't even have to get out of your car and
Yeah.
get the coffee.
That's right.
I
That's
couldn't believe
exactly.
it.
If I
Drive
got
through
anything out
everything.
of this today, it's to stop and just pause and think about what you're doing.
Talking
Right.
about
Yeah.
burgers, what were those little ones from Chicago?
No, White Castle. You
That's
know,
it.
White
They're
Castle. Jersey. Sorry, girl.
That's
I think they're
right.
from my place. Because we loved them. Oh my
White
God, they're
Castle,
these
yeah.
little square
They're
hamburgers.
square ones. Yeah, we had them in Ohio where I grew
All
up
right,
too.
and
Yeah.
I'm from
Yeah.
Ohio. You're from Ohio?
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I always like Ohio people. I have to tell
it
you,
is.
they always end up my
We're
friends.
amazing, right?
Where?
No, I'm telling you, another one of my
Cleveland
close
for me.
friends. She's
Cleveland.
from Ohio.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
I'm from Cleveland.
We'll talk
Oh my
later.
gosh, you probably
Do
went
you
to
know
the
I
same.
know people.
I bet you went to the same high school,
I
yeah,
was just gonna
guarantee
say.
it.
No.
Okay, so
I don't
tell
think-
me you. What are
Yeah,
you
yeah,
reading
yeah,
over
yeah.
there? Like you know.
Oh, no. What I've done is, while I've been listening to you, I've just been making a few notes. Not so much about, what Sheila's been saying, which is fantastic. And I really am all about that. So that's something I would definitely, I'll put on my Twitter as well. Because a lot of people do a lot of healthy eating these days. It's the way forward. It's a master plan, 100%.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. It's brilliant.
She is, and it comes.
Yeah.
It's organic with her. You know,
Yeah.
it's coming from here. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, she's been down the road, this lady. She's seen it. She's seen both sides of everything. She knows what's going on. And I've written a few things here for Sheila, especially to do with your work as well. You're going to have a new space. So wherever you're, like a space, maybe you work from home, but I feel like you're going to have a new office space this year.
Maybe.
This year, though.
This year.
Yeah, so you might be moving, you might be in the works already, but you're going to have a new space, and this is going to be good for you. You're also going to have a lot better clientele coming up, a new clientele, because word spreads, and it's always the best way, word of mouth. So I feel, and this is the bigger one I've written down here, because you're also going to have a slot on a TV show as a guest. Honestly, you know,
Maybe
like
this one.
No, this is
it.
No,
This
no,
is
no,
her
no.
moment.
No, this is in bigger moments, bigger moments coming.
Could that be?
This is like, like the Today Show and stuff like that. And the different. There's something coming with television for you. It might be just a one-off thing, but I saw it. And also, you're going to have some new ideas you're going to put together for a book. This year, you're putting it together.
I'm going to put it together. Oh, my goodness. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Now, I feel
Are
like
you
some of
working
this-
on a book?
It's something that I have thought about for a long time.
Yeah, because I put it's like you're putting all these ideas, and somebody said to you, "Why don't you do it?" And you're going, "Well, maybe, yeah." She'd put it on the back burner, but it's coming into the forefront because you're supposed
I'm
to be doing
so
it. And
tired
it'll work. It will work. Do it.
Wow. I
Yeah.
think that's a major go.
Even if you
Green light.
even if you self-publish, it's going to work. I feel it. It could be the most simple thing, easy reading and very light, but it's going to work for you. You've been
that's
talking about it.
Exciting.
Yeah, this is something very, very good for you. And also I put here about sensible eating. It's all about colour and food they were talking about. Do you ever have a problem with one of your legs, your thighs? Something? Did you have a scar? Or did you hurt yourself as a child on your leg? Because I picked up something to do with your leg.
With my leg.
Yeah, I don't think it
What
was
the
both.
heck? What an odd thing to pick up.
No, I know.
Her leg.
Yeah, but sometimes people have had accidents
Yeah.
and replacements. I've seen metal going in.
Wow.
It's just something. And it might even still happen, but I just kept picking up something with her leg. You know, like you can trip or you can do something and it can affect a jolt. And
Right.
kind of,
God help me if she leaves here and falls off the curb and
No,
hurts her
no.
leg.
No,
Could you
no.
imagine?
It's nothing so severe, but it's just something that I feel that you'll know about. That's all. But nothing to panic about. I don't. It's actually you're actually going to go out of the States as well. You're flying out of the US and you're going to do something. You know, like you have...
But this is really interesting. You say I'm going out of the
Yeah,
States.
Where are you going?
Yeah, she
I'm
is.
going, last year I went to Bali.
Wait. Let me just tell you before you say any more, because this
Okay.
is really
Boy,
important.
if she
Okay.
picks
Right.
it, then I know you two are passing notes.
No.
I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
would it be silly?
No, I'm being
you know,
silly.
like a Red Cross thing.
Yeah.
Like first aid. I'm not saying it's like that because I saw something connected with a conference in Chicago with you as well, and also I've got something, but it's a place where there's either people of not eating right, underprivileged children and stuff like that. You're going there and you're going to make a difference. And this is coming up. It's an offer and you're going to do, and it's almost like, all I can say is when you go, take loads of toothpaste because you're going to be with loads of children.
Well, interesting.
Yeah, you'll see what
I'm
I'm
not
talking
quite
about.
sure what the toothpaste and the children
Yeah, because
are
there's
about.
children, it's expensive to buy the toothpaste.
Yeah.
That's really expensive. You know, like simple things like little candies. You're going to go somewhere where there's a lot of poverty and the children, and you're doing something there. And it's like not a mission, it's more than that.
Right.
But it's to do with food, all connected.
Maybe after you write this book,
Wow.
you're going to be on the
No,
Today Show.
no,
She's
no,
going to get some notoriety.
before.
Then you're going to be asked to go.
That's
Maybe
first.
so.
She
Maybe
said
so.
that-
But I got to tell you now,
That's
I
interesting.
do.
Very interesting now.
Yeah, it is. It's good. It's good what you've got coming up. It's a really constructive year for you with massive growth. You're going to rock it. I'm telling you.
Well, I believe it.
She's going to make a difference, and
this
that's
year-
what's important.
That's right.
You know, I plan to take actually a group of my patients then to Bali.
Ah.
And so, so the plan is to do it in August then of this year, is to take them.
Oh.
And, you know, I went actually to Bali twice last year, and we get a chance to talk to the Balinese healers, and oh my goodness. So, I mean, it's a great, great experience.
Would you
Wow.
tell
for
us about
anybody
this?
who-
Would you
who
tell us
comes.
when you're going?
Yeah.
This
How
is
fun would that be?
I connect
That would be
kids though.
fun.
There's
I like
something
Bali.
about you're going to go to like schools in the middle of nowhere.
We may.
And like somewhere like Peru or somewhere. I don't know where it is, but you're going to deal with children and eating, and you're going to educate them. But I feel there's a first aid Red Cross connection
Wow.
to it.
Well, I have been asked then by a good
feel
friend
it.
to go to Costa Rica with her. So I don't know whether that's even going to happen. Wow, all this traveling.
Wait,
I may
it
may
might-
not even be in the office.
No wonder why she needs a new space.
Yeah.
No, the new space is coming because it's going to be a modern space. When I say that, I feel like you're going to be in a modern space, like it's kind of new, fresh.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Wow.
And it's
Oh,
growth.
love that.
No, like everything's going to be new and
I'm hanging out with her all year. She's got a good year, but
Yeah.
we're going to run out of time. So come over here now. What's going on with Linda and with me?
I've written some things. If you let
Me. I mean, every year, every week, it's like over here, please.
Yeah, it's like no, you should say enough talk about me. What do you think of me? That's to be you, darling. Right, Deborah, I've written a few things for you as well. Hang on a minute, you try. No, I brought somebody's traveling to Chicago. It's you. This one is travel plans. You've got a conference.
Chicago is
And
like big on this show today.
Just a
I'm
minute.
telling you.
Let me just say, because this is something I've already mentioned, Chicago, but it's something to do with your job. This will put travel plans, something connected with a conference or a seminar, but it's with your job, Chicago, and you are going. You might not even know about it. Okay, it's all you don't know about it. This is what I
don't.
see ahead. You will.
Oh,
it might be.
wow.
I feel like it's going to
I
be
am
like
telling
May
you.
onwards. Something's coming up. Someone's going to say, "Come to this seminar. It's going to be amazing." You'll go, "Really? Yeah, just come for a couple of nights. I got tickets." Bang, you'll go. Something like that. When it happens, you'll remember and go, "There you go." Now, Deborah. Oh, super stressed. Stressed out, darling.
Never.
No, but like, it's like, you see a wiggly line, beep, 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 you're like that, like super stressed. You just got to calm it down a little bit as well.
Very calm.
Yeah, Linda, I put here.
said the same thing.
That's it? Wait a minute. That's all I
No,
get?
no,
She
no,
gets to go to Chicago
She's
and I get
going
nothing.
back and forth.
I don't understand.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to come back because I'm going
Yeah.
by what I've written. Linda, you've got issues with a male figure.
Again?
Oh my God, with Linda, it's
the
always
hell?
a man. I swear to God.
And I don't even have a man in my life. Why
don't
is that
know-
always
I don't
Yes,
know.
you do. You just don't like him.
Okay, well, there's an issues with a
Oh
male.
my God. Can I say that? You can
All right,
cut
let
it
her.
out.
I want to hear this.
All right.
Yeah,
I, really
I don't
do.
know if it's like.
Can we go over today a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
like an ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, or a father of your children. I'm not sure who it is. But there's arguments on the phone. You're also got a Florida
God.
connection.
Florida?
Yeah.
Okay,
What?
makes sense.
Okay, so you're probably going to touch there for some reason. But there's this has got to be resolved. The issues with the male figure, that's for sure. You have to resolve that. Otherwise, it's going to drag its feet all year.
Okay, I want to laugh and I shouldn't. I'm sorry. We'll talk about
That's
it
no
afterwards.
fun.
Okay, right, Deborah, Hawaii. I've put here. You're also touching the East Coast this year very soon. You're putting together new ideas with your husband. There's that whole new production, new thing you're putting together coming up. You've got ideas, but you're working with your husband and you're also going to Hawaii. I picked that up as well.
Hawaii.
That's fun.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you're going tomorrow. People
But
go,
she's
"Yeah."
got all this cool stuff. Dr. Hughes gets to go to Bali. She's going to Chicago. She's got a book.
Well,
She's
you
got
can
a
do
new
that.
office space. Well,
Make
she's
it
got some
happen.
guy she doesn't like, and I'm like going to Hawaii or something.
That's
Yeah,
better
so,
than
like,
mine.
what
Good.
else?
No,
better
you're-
than mine.
Can I just say something? It's
Yeah.
good. You're moving forward in a positive way. You're looking at everything like, it's not happening for me. It is. It is happening for you. And this woman's been working her tail off to get to this point in her
This
life.
is true.
Honestly,
Yeah.
this lady is deserving of what's coming her way. Very deserving as well. You've just got a bad choices with men, honey.
I don't even have any men in my life.
Yeah,
so
but there's
I'm
a
not
man,
relating to
whoever
this.
this is, there's problems
Yeah.
you've got to sort it out. Because it's going to really put you
Is she
in a
going to
bad...
meet
I'm not
somebody
getting
nice? I
that.
want her to meet somebody nice. I keep thinking of
kidding.
who I know for her, and I don't really know anyone. I don't. But you really.
Just let nature take its course. She might not be in the right space to meet someone right now. It'll happen. But there is problems with a male figure, whoever it is. I don't know who is in your life that you're speaking to, because I'm seeing you on the phone and you're raising voices.
I don't. I
it.
have an ex-husband, but we're really good friends.
Okay,
There's no
maybe it's
conflict.
him. Is he the father of a child?
Yes, I have twins. He's father of our.
Okay, it might be with him. I'm
They
telling you,
get
I see
along
it.
okay.
Yeah, I
But
don't
it's
really have any
coming. I'm
problems.
telling you, I see it. And it's going to put you pissed off for the year unless you iron it out. It might be money result to do with money. I'm not sure. But it's okay.
Okay, good to keep into the back of your mind.
Yeah. Just
Right?
yeah,
But I think when you
correct.
came in, she was talking, weren't you talking to an agent or a manager or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's it. You know, that intense kind of
No,
conversation.
this is something else. This is more personal, more than work. It's totally different. Totally different.
Oh.
I'm 100% right on this.
So how about work? Like, how's that going? I'm talking here.
For
I'm
you?
talking there. Both of us.
For both of you, okay, you just said you've got stuff you're working on with your husband. There's something new. You've got some ideas you're knocking together, and it's going to happen.
With him? Okay.
Or maybe he's giving you the ideas and pushing you into something new. But it's good. Yeah, you're going to kick butt. You're gonna make some things happen. Out of all you three ladies, this is the lady who's moving forward out of the three of you. The
I'm
quickest.
going to ride on her coattails then because she's got a lot going on. You've got
And
this
she's
thing you've got to resolve. I'm apparently doing something with John that I didn't know about.
Yeah, just wait. It's all like could be in like 3-4 months. It's not like necessarily this minute. It's all panning itself out as well. And you're going to a function out of California, and you will wear a dress, not a black fitted dress. It's another thing. It's a gala dinner inside of a hotel ballroom, and you're going to it very soon. It's beautiful, but it's not here. So you're going to fly.
Bali?
No, New York. More like New York.
Am I being honored?
No, you're not, but you're going to be...
Bummer.
You're going to be bouncing around talking to a lot of people. They won't be able to, come up for air because you'll be talking a lot, bouncing around. But this is a really nice gig.
It's a nice gig.
This is like top of the tree. Yeah, I can see it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Kurt,
What?
you thought we were ignoring you. Oh, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Poor Kurt.
Also, I've just put a couple of things here.
How
Something
are the
about-
women in his life, Kurt?
I'll get to that.
Somebody said he might be having a baby.
No. I don't,
No.
I'm not picking that up right this second.
Okay.
I know there's going to be new work offered to you as well. Something to do with another production. I don't know. You can juggle things, but you will be able to. But there's definitely new work coming your way. It's not in this building. It's somewhere else. Just so it'll be. You've also working with another man that you're going to knock some ideas out with, and it's going to happen. It's like building a business together. That is going to happen for you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But this is not something overnight. This is something you've been talking about for probably over a year. Okay, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. And also you're going out of state to a family gathering that's very important. Do you know about that? It might be a big 80th or I don't know, something big. But it's not in California.
How do you read this stuff?
I don't know. I'm just hearing it while I'm just sat here. They're telling me stuff. All different people. And also there's a grandmother figure around you all the time.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Female, feminine feeling I get. So it might be a mother's mother.
And my grandmother passed, but I was really close to her.
Yeah. Well,
So-
she favors you.
Okay, yeah.
I think
She
you might
favors
be,
you. You were her
even-
favorite.
Yeah, I think you were. And I'm not saying that, no, because sometimes you don't have to have that immediate connection with, oh, I'm the favorite, but I feel that you were. But are you younger?
I'm the youngest
That's it.
of four.
Yeah. That's the one you babied a little bit.
Any predictions for the president? I always want to know. Like, what do you think could happen? What's going on out there in the air? And then we actually have to finish.
Who
up 'cause we're almost
knows?
done.
Who knows? Do you want to know who the next president is?
I'm just curious what you're feeling out there.
I feel Trump's going to get in. This is the
Wow,
way.
we heard it here. We'll have to play that.
That's what I've been
when it-
saying. But people are like, "Oh no, I'm moving. I'm buying my ticket to leave the country." I'm like,
People
who
can,
knows?
you know what will be, but Trump's going to be the next president.
It'd be interesting to watch if that was the case.
Yeah.
Good God, the filter needed on that.
The
man.
whole build up this year up to November, watch the space. It's going to be explosions.
Okay.
A lot of explosions.
Well, thank you for being here. Right, that was
Yeah,
interesting.
thank you. That was
I'm
pleasure.
sitting here very thinking, oh my goodness, what a year. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's going to be interesting. But there's nothing negative ahead. It's all good. There's all progress with everybody,
yeah,
which is very, very important. Linda, don't let your mind go play tricks with you. It is progress. It's
Okay,
progress.
I'm not really. I don't know. I have to process
right.
it. 'cause
And
I
when
don't know what to-
me too. And then when it
Yeah, no.
happens, you just call me.
Also
and go,
for you, you're good. It's all good. It's all good. Keep
Wow.
that trim. Get that lady in your house. Sort that pantry
Get her
out.
in my house.
Get Sheila.
I need her in my house.
Sheila's going to rip everything
Oh
out.
my
All those
gosh.
cereal boxes are getting trashed.
Natalie, Dr. Hughes, thank you so much for
Pleasure.
being here.
Thank
oh my
you so
goodness.
much.
Yeah.
Let's just go to Bali. I think that's the
Yeah, I wanna
message
go
for
escape.
today. We should all go to Bali and escape and go
Yeah.
with her there.
You
So-
can buy the tickets, Deborah, as well.
Maybe I'll do that because I need a trip anyway. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
Take
you
my
can wear the
girls.
bikini you've been talking about.
Yeah, there you go. You can help me.
I will.
Anyway, everybody, thank you for
Thank
being here.
you.
Another edition of What's Up with Kobylt and Hayes, and we'll see you next
Woohoo!
week. Everybody, thanks for being here.
Thank you.